The third Saturday in October is tomorrow. And you know what that means. Tennessee and Alabama in good old Tuscaloosa. Can you believe that next year this game will not be a 3:30 CBS game? Like, think about that for a second. I thought about that today and I was like, dang. It's over.
No more.
Like, you're going to get this,
bro.
It's going to be Ohio State. I was like, that's just going to be strange. But anyways, 3:30 tomorrow, man, CBS, Tennessee, Alabama. We got the boy Steven Cauley with us today, man, and it's going to be a really great show. I'm excited to see where he's at mentally, man, where he feels like this football team for Alabama is. And obviously, man, we're going to chop it up. We got keys to victory today. We got playmakers of the game and our final score predictions. Me and Turn have not said a prediction all week. All week.
We gave one.
Well, Peerless P gave one on Wednesday, which we'll talk a little bit about that. Y'all are cooking the channel right now, but listen, man, I don't know. Y'all gonna hear what I have to say. I'm hurt. I'm torn right now. I know it's early in the show, but I'm torn already. It's the boys from Straight Up Tennessee, man. Welcome to the One More Day episode. Tennessee, Alabama. Let's go.
From 40, on the way, and knuckle the ball. He got it!
What's good, everybody? Welcome to Straight Up Tennessee. Today on this Friday morning, man, whatever you're doing right now, I just want to stop and say thank you so much, man, for the love and support and listening to Straight Up Tennessee today, man. If you're rocking with us on YouTube, man, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification right now, man, so y'all never miss a video. Turner, we did the show with Peerless, and
went
the
crazy.
channel jumped like 50 subs in 24 hours.
That's fact,
maybe it's time to get the boy TK on. Maybe it's time to go and get J Dobbs. Like, I don't know what we got to do, but the VFLs coming on the channel sure did cook it. We appreciate y'all, man. Now we on our way to 900. On our way to 900 subs, man. Let's hit that thing before Georgia week, which is here in a month, man. Apple and Spotify listeners, thank you guys, man. Continue to rate us 5 stars. Let the people know, man, why they need to be listening to Straight Up Tennessee. Turn, man, what's up, buddy? What's going on with you today?
Man, I got off work, went and got me a new grill. You feel me? I had to get me a new grill.
This man been talking about this grill, bro, for about 3 weeks. He has been dying to get him a black, and he's calling it a grill. It's a Blackstone. It's a griddle.
Hey, you do the same thing on it, bro. Pretty much.
He got his utensils, y'all. This man done got a burger smash patty press. He got everything, bro. You ain't got to go get a burger no more. Just go to Turn's new crib, get his address. He gonna have a full-blown restaurant coming out of his backyard on his porch, and you can watch the game on the porch while you eat.
Hey, it's all there, man. It's all there. Hey, you know, I'm so hype about it, bro. I ain't got no pictures hung up in my house, but I got one. And it's the third Saturday in October from last year.
Man.
When I'm on the field in that picture somewhere.
Somewhere
I'm on the field in that picture.
I'm in the first row of the stands because I wasn't acting crazy. I was not getting on the field because I didn't want to get trampled, and I didn't want to get punched by Jermaine Burton like he punched that little poor white girl.
Bro, I felt so bad afterwards. I just left my wife. She's trying to call me. I'm trying to call her back. We because we didn't have Wi-Fi last year. No service.
Nah.
I'm on the field going crazy, and she's. I mean, I don't know where we somehow end up meeting up.
Well, all the fireworks that happened last year, I just don't know if you'll hear as many this year. It's just been such an interesting game. These teams combined for 102 last year. 102 points. You probably had the best quarterback in Alabama history in Bryce Young. You had the best quarterback in recent years other than Joshua Dobbs in Hendon Hooker last year. And these two quarterbacks now are not putting up numbers like this. They're just not. Neither team is scoring at the rate that they were a year ago. And so, which makes me feel as if this game is going to be either completely different or it could surprise us all, because I think we're all at this point, Alabama's fans and Tennessee fans, I feel like we're all at the point where we think this could be the explosion. Like, this could be the game that it all clicks. It's a rivalry game, right? Like, anything can happen in a rivalry game. It could be ugly, or, man, it could be like, dang, this is fun to watch. And you just hope you don't lose that kind of game. You know what I mean? But like I said, man, early in the show, we got the boy Steven Cauley with us, man. We're going to bring him on to the show, and we're going to talk ball, man. We're going to talk all things Bama, all things Tennessee, what this game means for both of us at this point in the season. So y'all welcome the man, Steven. Steven, what's up, man?
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me.
Yes,
hey,
sir.
man, glad
Yes,
to have
sir.
you back. Basketball season's cooking up. I know Alabama had a big turnover, losing Brandon Miller, a couple of guys, but we're going to chop it up then. But, man, this game tomorrow, like, this is probably the most loaded question I could ask you to start off, but it's like, where are you right now? Like, how mentally, like, where are you? It's a weird time, I feel like.
I would say I don't feel great. I felt better this time last year than I do sitting here today, day before the game. But I'm still waiting for Alabama to have that big game, kind of like what you're talking about. Either side could have. So I'm kind of waiting to see. I really don't know what to expect.
I don't think any of us do.
I don't think anybody does, man. I don't know.
That's what makes. Go ahead, Turn.
No, I will say like, and it's so crazy you saying that, because like me personally, now Ruck might be different. I think he is different, but like, you know, you sitting there and you're like, I don't know what to expect. Like, I felt better last year than this year. I feel better this year than I did last year. I don't know. It's so weird. Like, I was more worried. I told you this today. I was more worried about the Texas A&M game than I am this Bama game. I don't know.
I think
why.
it's because where Bama is struggling is what we're very, 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 very good at this year, which is the defensive side of the football for Tennessee is just it's honestly like not. It feels weird, right? It feels like the team from the 90s that was just unstoppable, just literally like killing everybody, and it feels as if that defensive front is back for real, for real. You saw it last week. Max Johnson hurried on 64.1% of his dropbacks, more than half the game. Like, that's insane, bro. That pressure rate is unbelievable.
That's what's 4. That's what's bringing 4.
That's bringing 4. That's what I'm saying. And so you gotta like that with Alabama being, you know, I think as far as on Thursday, when I thought about it yesterday, I went back and looked. I was like, let me see if that number changed. Alabama's actually not 130th, they're 128th. Doesn't make it any better, but they're 128 in sacks allowed right now with 31.
Yep.
And you wouldn't think that with a guy in Jalen Milroe. What's going on right there, Steven? Like, what's happening in the backfield that's allowing that?
So the biggest thing is you've got from Seth McLaughlin, our center, to Booker, to J.C. Latham on the right side. It's rock solid. It's all SEC play. For our left guard and our left tackle, Proctor, and they've been kind of rotating out guys at left guard, has been an absolute liability. Like, to the point of it's a joke. Saban's been rotating guys in and out. And so it's one of those things where like Milroe's still learning how to play quarterback. He's a little more unpolished than I think a lot of Bama fans anticipated. And so it's just one of those things where they're allowing guys through, or he's not seeing things quick enough. So it's kind of a combination of quarterback and that left side of the line just hasn't clicked at all this season.
I was wondering about that too. I was wondering about because I thought the same thing about what Ruck said. Like Jalen Milroe getting all these sacks, like he's elusive, man. Like he's pretty much a running back there.
Yeah.
But you start to ask yourself, is he feeling that pressure coming off the outside?
And see that's the thing. Like a lot of Bama fans, we don't understand why Saban wouldn't have moved J.C. Latham to left tackle, because for the last decade, that's kind of been the move where if a true freshman starts on the line, he's going to start at right tackle, probably start for 2 years, and then as a junior, senior, go to left tackle. Well, last year we had the all-SEC guy in Booker from Vanderbilt. I think Tyler Booker was his name. He was the left tackle there, and then for the last 4 or 5 guys, that's what we've done. So everybody anticipated Saban doing that, and he didn't. He had the true freshman, Caden Proctor, the guy that flipped from Iowa, and he came in as a true freshman, won the job as left tackle, and he's really just too big and too slow, honestly. And it's Saban's put I think the guy's name's George. His last name, I can't remember his first name off the top of my head, but they're rotating him and those two just back and forth, and it's just nothing working. So, and Milroe's not seeing it. I think Tommy Rees, our offensive coordinator, has been in his ear about standing in there making the throw. But in years past, when we had Hurts and Sims and all these running quarterbacks, they would just take off. So you're seeing kind of a hesitation there from Milroe. So that's why we're getting sacked. If you go back and watch some of our games, you'll see him kind of running into the defenders and kind of just out of sorts a little bit. So I'd like to see some of that get cleaned up.
Turn, let me ask you this. What do you like about this matchup with Alabama? I want to ask you this first. Like, coming into the game, Tennessee obviously 5-1, Alabama 6-1. Alabama's only loss this year is not a conference loss. It's to Texas, and Texas got them in Tuscaloosa. In that game, Quinn Ewers throws the football for 300 plus. So I'm circling that number big for that's a big number, and that's what I feel like Tennessee has to do. But what do you like about this matchup, man?
I think this is the game, and this is going to sound so weird. I've talked about it kind of in the past. I think this is the game where Nick Saban's a smart coach, and he realizes that, hey, like, Tennessee can run the football. Like, that's their identity right now, is running the football. And I'm going to make Joe Milton beat us. So, saying that, I think they're going to bring, most of the time, somebody into the box and have 7 in the box. And they're going to have, I'm just guessing, don't know this, totally just guessing, but this is what I would like about it. I would say that they're going to bring one more in the box, and they're going to play single high safety, and they're going to take a safety away, and we're going to have opportunities. I like our receivers against Alabama's DBs. Nothing against Alabama's DBs. I think they're great. But like when it comes to stretching the field with Squirrel White and the ability of Ramel that he can do, I like our odds. I think when you bring a safety down or out of the mix, you give Josh Heupel a lot more opportunity to scheme people open than if you have 2 high safeties. That's what I like, if that happens.
Yeah. Speaking of bringing a safety down, Steven, when they bring that, because you saw it a little bit against Arkansas, you saw them kind of putting Caleb Downs out there on an island out there at free safety and just letting him kind of do his thing. And that kid's going to be special. He's going to be extremely special. And you can still tell right now he's a little green, but he's athletic, he can run, and he's physical. And so Who's that other safety right now beside Downs?
So it's been kind of by committee a little bit. We've had Malachi Moore kind of play a little bit of that in the star. And then we've had Jalen Key from the UAB transfer, who's played really nice. He's been a grad transfer. He's been a good addition. I know Kristen Story. He's been back there. So they've rotated a couple guys. I know Devontae Smith, not the Devontae Smith who won the Heisman, but
Smitty.
Devontae Smith. He's been back there at the safety. And then they've just kind of been going back and forth. But I will say this: we actually have a real defensive coordinator this year, so you're not going to get Helms on Hyatt all game like we did last year.
Yeah.
So that's been the biggest thing with this team is our special teams and defense has been lights out when it needs to be, and having Kevin Stillback, who's at his third stint with Saban at Alabama, he makes adjustments at halftime. So it's going to be that's going to be the big matchup for me is our defense of scheme with Heupel's offensive scheme and who can outdo each other. It was obvious. It was obvious last year. Heupel was far superior to Pete Golding, and you're seeing Ole Miss give up so many points this year because that's it looks just like our old defense watching them.
Yeah. Man, I've been going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth on what I really feel like can potentially happen in this game. And the only thing that continues to just be at the forefront of my mind is if Joe Milton comes out and does what we know he can do, I think Tennessee could legitimately run away with it. But he hasn't done it all year. And so it's hard for me to just be like, yeah, the lights are going to turn on at 3:30 in Tuscaloosa against your biggest rival. Go. I just have trouble believing that. Now, it could, because he does like big moments. He likes big moments. You see in the Florida game, early, struggle. Second half, Joe Milton comes out. He's just firing. Boom, boom, boom. Now, he had to because we were down 26-7. But it's like, man, let's just cut him loose. Can the receivers catch the football? Like, that plays a lot into the woes right now of Tennessee is the wide receivers not catching the football when it's there. Turn, I told Steven this. I wasn't even going to say this today. I went back. I got off of work on Thursday. I was like, man, I'm going to go chart this because I really want to know. There have been 9 surefire 40-plus yard catches that we either dropped or the receiver didn't make an effort on this year. So you're telling me that's 9 touchdowns. That can't happen against Alabama, or else instead of this close grinded out game that I think all the media thinks, I think that if we are missing and not converting, Alabama could run away with it too. So that's the thing that I'm kind of in the middle. I'm stuck. I really don't know what to think. Should Tennessee win the game? Can they win the game? Yes. However, Alabama's at home. Like, there's just a lot of things. Like, there's a lot of things with that I just don't like about the matchup at all.
Yeah, being away, we're not. I mean, we haven't proven to be a good away team
since LSU.
Year. I'm scratching LSU because that's the only away game we've actually really played very good.
Man, we beat
them. Maybe we need a noon kick. I don't know.
Maybe. Man, it's the one more day, guys. We got Steven Cauley with us, man. We're gonna jump right in, man, to how we do this on Fridays, man. So right now we're jumping into keys to victory. Me and Turn didn't even talk about this today, so we're all gonna have our own keys to victory. I'm gonna go first with my 3 keys, and I'm gonna make it really simple. keys to victory for me right now for Tennessee. If Tennessee wants to win this game, number one, they got to continue to pressure the quarterback at the rate they are. James Pierce has to be James Pierce. Tyler Barron has to be Tyler Barron. I think this is a game for Aaron Beasley. I think that you're going to see a lot of double teams on those insides when we twist. I think you're going to see a lot of double teams coming from Alabama so that they can give a little bit more time back there for Milroe or the running backs to make a play. But if the front seven is nasty like it's been all year long, it's hard for me to say Tennessee will lose that game. The second thing for me, and this is the biggest thing in my opinion, is Joe Milton. I've said it, but Joe Milton is the key to victory for Tennessee. You can't just throw the ball in a cover 2 zone straight to the safety. Not against Alabama, not on the road. You got to run the football. You got to be aware. It's third down. You just got an offsides call. It's a free play. Throw the ball, bro.
Just throw it, man.
Throw the ball down the field, Joe. Like, we're not wasting anything by it. Like, if you throw the ball and it's picked, oh, well, at least you threw it. Like, don't run it and then step out 1 yard before the first down on a free play. Joe Milton has to be, I don't want to say perfect, but I think we've got to see the Virginia Joe Milton this game times like 5% maybe. Like, just a little bit better than that Virginia game. He doesn't have to be a world beater, I don't think, because I really do think Tennessee, after I was proven wrong last week, as far as not truly thinking Tennessee would be able to run the football as well as we did on Texas A&M, I'm a believer now, and I think that we'll be able to run the football. So he doesn't have to go and be a world beater, but he has to be better. And the last thing for me, as far as keys to victory are concerned, explosive plays. Like, we haven't had many of those. It don't have to be a pass. I'm talking about a 40-yard run, like busted wide open. The last big run I can visibly remember is, goodness gracious, who are we playing? South Carolina was the last biggest one I can remember. Jalen Wright runs it straight up the middle, 40 yards, boom, right? Like, we need more explosive plays. Joe Milton in the pass game, if you can make an explosive play, what does that do for the confidence of this offense? On top of the explosive plays, if I could have kind of my last one, my third would be explosive plays / tempo. I went and looked this up. If Tennessee is running tempo, they are currently right now about 71% more likely to score on the drive. Also, what this means is the first play must be a successful play, meaning not an incompletion and not a tackle for loss. Anything plus yardage, Tennessee during tempo has 71% chance to score on the drive. That's really high. And typically that first play of the drive, you can already tell if Tennessee is going to score. Like, we can tell now as fans, we can tell media, like everybody can tell. And so those are the three things I feel like right now, man, Tennessee has to do. And we can expound on that if we want to. But Steven, as far as from the Alabama side, what are you thinking as far as keys to victory for Bama to get this W?
Keys for victory for Alabama against Tennessee is going to be eliminate the pre-snap penalties on offense. We have shot ourselves in the foot and killed so many good drives or killed any kind of momentum multiple times each game, where it's a false start, it's a, maybe even a low snap or a high snap, or it's a delay a game, or it's lined up wrong. You're seeing a lot of, we went from one project in Pete Golding to another project in Tommy Rees as our offensive coordinator. So you're seeing some growing pains from Milroe and from just kind of getting everybody on the same page. So if we can eliminate those pre-snap penalties, I think that'll help the offense get a little more momentum and be able to sustain drives. Because we've been so hot and cold. We're either real hot in the first half or real cold in the second half, and a lot of that is just we're shooting ourselves in the foot. So if we can eliminate those just silly mental errors and those mental penalties like that, I think is a huge key for us. And then I'm going to say another key to victory is special teams. Really, when it comes to kickoff coverage, punt coverage, and then also just field goal block, all these different things, we've started to seem a little bit. We've shown flashes this year. We've blocked a punt, we blocked a field goal and ran it back. So we've kind of shown these flashes of being able to create turnovers in special teams, and that's vintage Alabama. So if we could maybe do some of that and maybe get a big turnover or block a punt or, something along those lines. And along with that is controlling the tempo of the game, but also having really good field position. Because I'll honestly say that our kicker and Will Reichert and punter James Burnup is probably the best kicker punter combo Alabama's ever had. They've been there forever. Burnup averages 50 yards a punt and can get you inside the 5. And then, Will Reichert, the only kick he ever missed was last year against y'all. His true freshman year, he hit every single field goal, and he's already the SEC leader in points. So I think, if we can eliminate those pre-snap penalties on offense, the special teams and even defense create a turnover or two and win that turnover margin battle. And then I would say my third point would be Milroe. He's slowly but surely progressing as a quarterback. And so each game he's gotten a little bit better. He's added a little bit more to his game. If he can just stand in there and deliver and be a little bit more decisive on whether or not he's going to run the ball or throw it, or, just kind of just make up his mind one way or the other. I think if he can do that, I think we can be successful and have a chance to win.
I don't want him to be successful. I want him to just lay down.
His biggest strength is that deep ball.
Yeah. And that's what's crazy is that's what he has. His intermediate game, he's very inaccurate, can't make the throws, but anything that's 30 or more yards, he's lofting it up there. And Jermaine Burton, Kobe Prentice, they're all going to get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that'll be the big thing. If we get, a couple of those deep balls like that, and, kind of stretch the field, because I know right now we're on pace to have the worst rush offense that Saban's ever had at Alabama in almost 2 decades, because we've kind of abandoned the run essentially because we can't do it, and they don't. And that's Tommy not really scheming it correctly. We've gotten away. We don't really do screen passes or RPOs, which blows my mind. But, it's just, it's a little vanilla on offense, and we're having to out athlete guys right now. So I don't know. I'd like to see more from Reese, but I think it kind of goes with him and Milton maybe not being on the same page, and Milton maybe not seeing it, because I know in that Texas game, if you go back and rewatch it, there was at least half a dozen times that if Bryce Young would have been the quarterback, we would have smoked them and beat them by 4 or 5 touchdowns. Because there were so many open guys that he didn't see or he missed, and that's just need more reps behind center.
Yeah. Turn, as far as you, man, how you feeling as far as keys to victory, what does Tennessee have to do, man?
Man, I'll keep mine short and sweet. Man, I think number one is plain and simple, and that's Joe Milton. How he plays, number one most important thing is on Joe Milton, 100%. Number two, I think we're going to get pressure. I think we're going to be able to get there. So mine's not really defensive line play. It's more of we got to be sure tacklers. Because I think we're going to get there, and Milroe by far is the most elusive quarterback that we've faced this year. So if we get a hand on him, we got to hold on, because he gets through that one hand. Who knows? He's got the capability of taking a 60. Like he's not gonna get caught if he hits a seam. He can make people miss. When we get there, we got to be able to capitalize and get him on the ground.
Yeah.
That's my big thing. And then number three, our wide receivers got to catch the football.
It's that simple, bro. It really is that simple for us. Tennessee's got to just play better. I think that's how everybody feels. Just play better. Just overall play better. And you can potentially win this game. Playmakers of the game, man. Offensively for Alabama, who has to be that guy on tomorrow on the third Saturday, October?
I think it's going to be Jermaine Burton. He's stepped up this year and been that guy. And ever since the Texas loss, he's taken it upon his shoulders to be the leader in that wide receiver core, along with Kobe Prentice and Nye Black and some of these other guys. Like, they've had to kind of create space and be that leader and go out there and win those one-on-one battles. So I think for him to have a good game and get open and give Milroe a chance, and then offensive line, they're gonna have to show up.
Yeah,
because y'all are, what is it? Y'all are like number one either in the SEC or in the nation in sacks. Is that right?
Third in the nation.
Might as well be number
sacks.
one. Yeah. So I mean, that's like our Achilles heel, and that's one of y'all's biggest strengths. So
yeah. What about on the defensive side of the ball for Alabama? Who has to be that guy for Alabama to not just win the game, but for them to just continue to get better throughout the year, but specifically tomorrow defensively, who got to be that playmaker of the game? I know who I think it is, but I could be wrong.
I think it's got to be Terrion Arnold.
Okay, Terrion.
Yeah, so
yeah, he got torched a little bit last year.
The reason I say this is Kool-Aid has got it locked down. Caleb Downs is getting better before our eyes. He's going to be the next, Fitzpatrick. I mean, he's going to be that next guy. Like, each game he gets better. He won us the A&M game with that interception late. So it's like, we're good on that side. But if Terrion Arnold can lock down his one-on-one matchups, it doesn't matter what Joe Milton does. If you can't, our top two guys, if you can't throw on us, then it's over. But that's the biggest thing, is they like to pick on Arnold, and he's like, he's hot and cold, and he'll either, he's good for 3 or 4, PI calls a game, or he's going to intercept you and lock down, and you're not going to do anything.
Yeah.
So I think they'll try to exploit him. They'll go after Caleb Downs and some of those young safeties, but if he can lock down that back 7 or I guess the back 4, and then that front 7 can come in and put a spy on Milton or bring more blitzes, then that'll be a key for the defense.
What about you, Turn? Offensively for the Vols, man, who's got to be that playmaker of the game?
Mine, I'm probably unpopular opinion here. Mine is going to be the 3-headed monster at running back, because we can sit here and talk about the passing game all day long, but for Tennessee to be successful, we've still got to be able to run the football. And I'm not saying get 230, 250. I'm not saying that, but we at least got to be over 100 yards on the ground.
The season average is 232. So
yeah.
I mean, I don't think 100 yards is going to win us this game. I'm going to say that.
I think 150 plus at least. That's at the least. 150 at the least. I mean, I think we still got to be able to run the football. I mean, we're gonna have matchups down the field. We're gonna, and Steven just said it. We're gonna have chances with one-on-one battles down the field. I mean, we're gonna have them. It just who wins, but we still got to be able to run the football.
Bama is giving up currently 105.3 rushing yards a game. Texas A&M, before we played them, was giving up 87.2. So, about a 17-yard difference there. That's the big stat I think that everybody has circled, though, is how can Tennessee continue to run the football at the level they are?
Yeah, because I guarantee you, Nick Saban is like, I don't care what we got to do. We're going to make Joe Milton beat us.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the game plan.
It is.
And that's been the thing for years is when Alabama gets in a game like this with a good quarterback on the other side, Saban is going to make you beat him. And if you look at all the teams that have beaten us, they've had superior NFL type quarterback play from the other team. That's been our Achilles heel. Saban will let you beat him when it comes to great quarterback play. So if Joe Milton can show up and throw for 350, 400 and have 3 or 4 touchdowns, then y'all won. I won't even have to look at the score. I'll know who won.
Yeah, facts.
Just by looking at the stat sheet, I can tell if he has a blow-up game like that, Tennessee will win.
Man.
And one thing I'm so excited about with this game too is like, me and Ruck were just talking about it. Like 3 years ago or 2 years ago, we don't win that Texas A&M game. We fold and we let them come back. We've learned how to win under Josh Heupel, and we all know that Alabama knows how to win too as well. So it's kind of exciting in a way to go into this game because it's like when it comes down to crunch time, both teams know how to win now. So who knows what the heck is gonna happen?
Yeah, no, it's 100% true. And I know we were talking about offensive side of the football, playmaker of the game. For me, I'm going to answer it, and then turn. We'll go to the defensive side of the ball for us. Offensively, it's Joe Milton. I don't have to explain why. He has, bro. Like this is the chance. Like as much flack as he's getting, as much hate as he's getting, like people saying, man, where's Nico? It's like, y'all, come on, man. Like, y'all got to understand football for just a minute. You don't bench a quarterback on a winning team that's playing bad. Ask Alabama.
Yeah,
they brought him right back. Like,
yeah,
you just don't do that. And so you're winning. Now, Joe Milton goes out here and loses 3 of the next 4 games. That's a different story because, like we've said, Turner, you're no longer playing for everything. Like everything is still in front of both of these teams, but specifically with Tennessee, you can still get to the SEC championship right now. You can. Florida's losing this weekend. I'm just telling you. And then they're going to lose again to LSU. And that's all Tennessee needs, right? To get in there is to win. Like this Alabama game, it does matter. But at the same time, you can afford to lose one more, but it has to be this one. And I don't like the feeling of that. So I'm like, let's just win it. But it's Joe Milton, man. Joe Milton has to be at his best tomorrow. I think that he can. I think that he is going to come out and perform. The first drive is going to tell me a lot about how Joe Milton's going to be for the rest of that game. I hope we get the ball first. I really, really do, because I think it's going to put our offense in a position to say, hey, are you going to fold early? Or are you going to compete for 60? And I think that first drive, we're going to know a lot about the flow of the game, even if we don't score, but it's a good drive. You just got to feel good about that. So offensively, for me, Joe Milton has to be the playmaker of the game. Defensively, Turn, who do you thinking for Tennessee, man, has to be that guy?
Man, I don't think it's a single guy. I think it's linebacker play this week. For me personally, I mean, I think we're going to get home, but I do think Milroe is going to be able to escape. And that's where I think our backers are going to have to come in and clean up. Our backers are going to have cleanup duty is what we're going to have to do.
Yeah. Yeah. I think for me, kind of like you, I'm not picking necessarily one player. I am picking two guys, and that is Gabe Jeudy-Lally and Kamal Hadden. Those two guys together, this has been the most impressive tandem in the defensive back side of Tennessee since Justin Coleman and Cam Sutton. Like, I've just not seen two guys work together this well for Tennessee in a long time. Gabe Jeudy gets his first pick last week. Kamal Hadden now is leading the entire country in the PFF grade. Number 1 PFF cornerback grade in the country. Not only is he doing that, he's got 3 interceptions, tied for 5th in the SEC. He's like first or second in the SEC in pass breakups. Throw at him. I hope he guards Burton. I want to see that matchup. Does Kamal Hadden fold up, or does he continue to play at the level he's been playing? That is the question I have. Gabe Jeudy, we know what he's doing. He's been playing great. Not as many pass breakups, not as many interceptions, but a lot of guys aren't testing him. They love to throw at Kamal Hadden because of history. Historically, he's given up a lot of big plays. But this year, it just seems as if he's really, really locked in. And so it's those two guys for me, Gabe Jeudy-Lally and Kamal Hadden. Y'all, we're turning the corner, man. We're turning the corner on Alabama week. And, man, this is the part of the show that I think I have honestly kind of dreaded all week because I felt uneasy about it. And that's why I'm going to go last. But I want to go with Turner first, man. Turner, Tennessee plays Alabama tomorrow at 3:30 on CBS in Tuscaloosa. You're going to get to listen to Gary Danielson just hug Nick Saban's waist for 3.5 hours. Oh, man, sometimes I wish this wasn't PG. But anyways, Turn, where are you heading with this score, man? What's the final score? And does Tennessee not only win, but do they cover?
I think it's going to come down to whoever has the ball last. I think it's going to be that close of a game, in my opinion. I'm going to say 33. I think we get 30. I'm going to say 33-30, Tennessee.
Tennessee covers and gets the W for Turn. Steven, Tennessee, Alabama, man. What are you thinking here?
I'm going to say something that's going to surprise both of y'all. I'm thinking Alabama 31, Tennessee 14. Alabama's going to cover, and I think they're going to play the most complete game because it is one of those pride games because we kind of sleptwalk through Arkansas. So I think we're going to play a mostly complete game and shut that Tennessee offense down.
Man, I hate that. I really hate that. Yeah. I hate it. I hate it a lot.
Every year we have a game that we play a complete game and we never know when it is. And everybody seems to think it's going to be this Tennessee game. Now, we might lay an egg against LSU in a couple weeks, but I don't know. I think that the game last year kind of hurt everybody's pride. So, I don't know. I could see 31-14 Alabama.
Ooh, I got here just in time for this prediction.
It'll be late, but it'll be – we pull away in the fourth quarter. It might be 17-14 going into the fourth, but we're gonna finish this game off.
Man, I do not like that score at all. That just made my stomach hurt. But
31-14, I don't like that one either.
Yeah.
Well,
that one hurts.
This is the most dreadful thing that I have had to do all week, man. I think this game is just such a great matchup for Tennessee. Like, it all lines up. You got probably the most down Alabama team that we've seen in the Saban era. Like, they're just not very good.
Yeah.
But the last time Alabama lost a home conference game was to the one and only Joe Burrow in 2019 when he came to Tuscaloosa and put up, that was his Heisman game.
Yeah.
And I just don't think that we have the right Joe. And this is the first time, I think, in the history of the Straight Up Tennessee podcast that I am actually picking against Tennessee. I think that it's just the road we've struggled. I don't have a reason to pick us other than because I'm a Tennessee fan, but I just don't know if the road environment is going to be favorable for us. I don't like that it's a home game and a revenge factor about it. I feel like those guys are going to come out extremely excited to start. Tennessee will then hit them in the mouth, and it's going to be a really, really good game. But I do have Alabama beating us. Final score 24-23 tied. I just think they're going to win the game. I think it's one of those where Tennessee gets the ball late, maybe scores a touchdown, and Heupel's like, bro, we can't go to overtime. Let's go for 2, and we don't get it, and game over. And so I just think that the road is hard for me right now to say Tennessee can win this game. Now they can, but I'm just going to go ahead and pick against it, and I want to be surprised if we win. I'll be right here on Sunday losing my mind, saying, I just did that because I just wanted to do it just because. But I really feel that way, man. I just think Alabama's going to get it done at home. They haven't lost at home in 3 or 4 years now. So last conference loss, like I said, was to 2019 LSU, who went on and won the Natty. So that's where I'm at, man. Yeah, that felt horrible to say.
I don't like it.
I felt that. I felt that all week, bro. All week. That's why when we talked on the phone on Thursday, I was trying not to talk about the game with you. Like, I was like, I can't talk about it. I was like, I'm not even gonna talk about it. Like, let's just talk about Blackstones or something. Oh man, y'all, man, this has been the one more day. Steven, bro, I always love it when you pull up on us, bro. Like, these are fun.
I love coming on. I love talking ball. I am 0-2, so don't hold me to that 31-14 prediction, but we'll see. This team is young, and they always seem to kind of surprise me. So we'll see. I can see it going either way, but I think Alabama's going to make a statement.
Man, I hope they don't make a statement, and I hope that we both play bad and then Alabama just wins because they're at home. That's why I said 24-23. But y'all, man, Tennessee and Alabama face off tomorrow in the third Saturday in October on CBS, man. Get your clocks ready, get your pizza, whatever you got. Turner got his Blackstone, so he going to be cooking something. I'm telling you, he probably already seasoned it. So he going to get it seasoned. He going to get it right. If y'all need a burger, I'll give you his Addy. He gonna have the burgers ready. But man, excited about this game. I do still feel like the Tennessee fan in me still feels like Tennessee can get the job done. But I had to be a realist, and I just think Bama will win. Turns final score was 33-30 Tennessee, Steven 31-14, and myself 24-23. Guys, we'll be back on Sunday for the next day episode live, me and Turn. If Alabama wins, maybe we bring Steven on and we talk about the game. If Alabama loses, Steven will not want to talk to us. So,
I'm good for it. But y'all can have me back on.
Good. All right, cool. Man. But yeah, y'all, we love y'all. We thank y'all so much for the support. Run it up right now, man. If you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, join the channel, man. As low as 99 cents, man. You won't even see it come out of your account. Apple and Spotify. We love y'all, man. Go Big Orange. We hope to see you on Sunday for our live next day show. For Steven, for my guy Turner, it's your boy Ruck, man, and it's Straight Up Tennessee, baby. We'll see you on Sunday for the next day.